The god offered me unlimited power. The price? My name.
Your name for ultimate power. Do you accept?
I was dying on that cold street, so I said yes.
The instant the pact sealed, every memory of him dissolved like frost in sunlight. His mother walked past him in the kitchen, her eyes distant and confused.
She doesn't even know she lost a son.
He tried to touch her shoulder, but his hand passed through like smoke.
I could level a city with a thought, but I cannot make my family remember my face. I cannot hear my little sister laugh at my jokes.
Every day he saves them from monsters and thugs, but they will never know his name.
I am the strongest man alive, and I am perfectly, utterly alone.
Before the silence, Kazu's world was full. A mother who hummed, a father who teased, and a little sister who saw him as her whole sky.
Kazuni, will you read me the story again tonight?
Again? You've heard it 100 times.
Because you do the voices, please, do the dragon again.
Even their parents watched with soft smiles, a family untouched by sorrow. Then a rainy night, a screech of tires, and a flash of headlights stole everything.
So cold. I can't feel my legs. Yui, I promised I'd always walk her to school.
You are dying, child, but I can change that.
I don't care about me. Just let them be safe. I'll do anything, please.
Your name. Surrender your name, and I will grant you power beyond gods, but they will forget you entirely. Do you accept?
I accept. Take my name. Just let me protect them.
The moment those words left his lips, the world shifted, a cold wind that passed through everyone who ever loved him. In the family kitchen, his mother paused, a wooden spoon hovering. She couldn't recall why she was making extra stew.
Mama, who was I playing with yesterday? My head feels fuzzy.
I don't know, sweetheart. Maybe you were just dreaming.
They've already forgotten. Not even a trace. But this power, it's like I could tear the sky apart.
He lashed out at a dumpster. The metal turned to dust. He could feel the strength of a deity and the emptiness of a ghost. Through the window, he saw his father reading silently, his hand resting on an empty chair, Kazu's chair.
They feel the loss but can't name it. I am a ghost haunting my own home. I am stronger than any human alive, but no one will ever hear my voice again. No one will remember my name.
In the days that followed, Kazu learned the bitter rhythm of invisibility. His family went through the motions, but an ache clung to every corner of their home.
Mama, I feel like someone is watching me, like a warm hug I can't see.
I feel it too, sweetie. Maybe it's just the spring wind.
But one evening, as his father walked home through a dim alley, two thugs cornered him with knives gleaming.
What do you want? I don't have much.
A violent violet flash erupted, and the thugs slammed into the walls, unconscious before they hit the ground. His father looked around, trembling, but no savior stood there, only the echo of retreating footsteps. Days later, a shadowy creature lunged at Yui in the park. A silent surge of energy disintegrated it, inches from her face.
Mama, the wind saved me again. It was like a superhero in a story.
They may never know my face, but I will shadow every step they take. I am their silent guardian, the phantom shield they will never see.
Years passed without a trace. Yui grew into a quiet teenager, but her eyes always searched the shadows for a missing piece.
Mama, every time I laugh, I feel guilty, like I am forgetting something important.
On a cold rooftop, the air split open. Red eyes blazed in the dark as the god emerged, a sickening smile in its voice.
You've been so generous, little ghost. Every sleepless night, every hollow silence, they sustain me.
This whole time, it wasn't a god. It's a parasite, fattening itself on my despair.
Your name was the leash, fool, and now you are my endless feast. There is no escape.
I can't let it win. There must be a way to break this, a crack in its armor.
The god's laughter echoed as it dissolved, leaving behind the taste of ash and a vow forming in Kazu's heart.
Why do I dream of a voice I can't remember? It hurts so much.
One day I will make them say my name. One day, this silence will shatter.
Desperate for answers, Kazu spent every night in the town's forgotten library, searching for any legend that matched his curse. On the third night, a book bound in black leather fell from a high shelf, Its pages glowed with stolen names. The text spoke of a void eater, a parasite that feeds on erased identities. Its only weakness, if its victim's name is spoken by one who loves them, the feast ends.
Someone who loves me must say my name. My mother. She has to remember. She has to remember. She has to feel something.
That afternoon, he stood invisible in the kitchen, watching his mother stare at the family album. A blank space where his face should be.
Mom, I am here. It's me, your son.
She flinched, a hand to her heart, but then shook her head and closed the album, muttering about the wind.
A valiant effort, little ghost. But her love is buried under my feast.
Number, I was so close. But I won't give up. If Mother can't, maybe Yui's heart can break through.
But the god's laughter echoed through the void, a reminder that this war was far from over. His father, once so warm, could not break the fog. Kazu whispered his name, but the man only shivered and looked away.
Even he can't hear me. Every failure just makes the parasite stronger.
In the park, Yui sat alone, then froze, staring at the space where Kazu stood.
I know you are there. I've always felt you.
She sees me. Not my shape, but my presence. Her bond with me is the key.
A fragile hope bloomed. He would gamble everything on his little sister.
I'll make her remember, even if I have to tear the god apart.
Touch her, little ghost, and I will devour her identity.
You won't touch her. I'll destroy you first.
The god's laughter echoed once more, a dark promise that the war had only begun. The god's patience snapped. It tore open the sky and lunged at Kazu, tendrils of shadow sinking into his chest to feed.
It's draining my life force. Every second, I feel more hollow.
With a desperate burst of power, he ripped free and vanished into the shadows, but his body flickered like a dying flame.
I have to hurry. I placed her old toy on her desk, but she needs more. She needs to know it's me.
The next morning, Yui found a worn plush dragon on her nightstand, a gift she had no memory of receiving.
This. I feel like I've held this before. My heart is pounding.
That evening, a slip of paper fluttered onto her homework, handwriting she couldn't place, yet it made her ache.
2 words. Remember me. Who are you? Why does my heart hurt?
She's getting closer. But the god will retaliate. I have to shield her, even if it destroys me.
Foolish child, you lead me straight to her.
That night, the god slithered into Yui's sleeping mind. Dark tendrils coiled around her fragile memories, ready to crush them.
Number, don't take him. He's someone precious.
Kazu felt the attack like a blade, but his own body was a fading ember. He could barely stand.
I won't let it have her. I'll pour my last light into her dream. She must see me.
A violet star bloomed in the nightmare. The darkness recoiled, and a ghostly figure stood between Yui and the abyss.
I know you. Your eyes, they carry all the loneliness in the world.
Yui, little sister, say my name. Please, say my name.
But before she could speak, the god's laughter shredded the dream. Kazu was hurled back into his crumbling body, coughing black mist.
She was right there. But I saw her face. I'll find another way. I'll burn the world for another chance.
In the void, the god's voice echoed. You grow desperate, little ghost. Desperation tastes exquisite. The god, drunk on stolen pain, decided to end the hunt. Chains of frozen light shot from the rift and wrapped around Kazu.
He can't move. It's dragging me into the void. Yui, I'm sorry.
The rooftop was empty. The god had dragged Kazu into its prison realm, a darkness that erased even hope.
That light and that scream in the wind. I have to follow it.
Holding the plush dragon, Yui ran through the empty city. A tear in the air glowed ahead, a wound between worlds.
This is the path to him. I don't care if it's dangerous. I'm going.
She stepped through the rift, and the world dissolved into a void of shifting shadows and cold whispers.
Number, Yui, why did you come? The god will destroy you.
In the center of the void, Kazu hung limp in chains of dark crystal, his violet eyes flickering as Yui appeared before him.
Ah, so a little moth has entered my web. Welcome, child. Your love will be a delicious seasoning.
Give him back. The boy from my dreams. He's my brother.
Brother? You have no brother, little girl. Only a hollow ache I planted to feed on.
No, I saw his face. He has black hair with silver tips, violet eyes. I know him.
Fragments of forgotten mornings rushed through her mind. A gentle voice reading stories, a warm hand holding hers.
This pain is real. You took something from me and I want it back.
Interesting. Your resistance is annoying.
I don't believe you. I know you exist. You told me to remember and I will.
The shadow god's form flickered. For the first time, its red eyes held a glimmer of uncertainty.
Yui, keep going. You are reaching him.
Foolish child. Defiance is sweet, but it will not save him. Watch as I consume your fragile Osho.
The god's tendrils surged toward Yui, determined to crush her fragile memories into dust.
No, I won't let you. I will remember. I will.
Her charm bracelet blazed, a small shield of love against the devouring dark. The void shuddered at her defiance. Through the pain, Yui's eyes found the chains and the limp figure within them. Her heart screamed a name she finally knew.
Kazu. Kazu. That's who you are. You are my brother.
The name tore through the void like a blade of pure light. The god shrieked as its form splintered, and the crystal chains fractured.
No, that name is forbidden. I cannot. The pain.
She said, my name. I am real. I am real again.
A violet star ignited within Kazu's chest. The chains of darkness shattered like glass, and he fell from his prison.
You miserable whelp. I will erase you both from existence.
Kazu landed on the void's invisible floor, his rune coat blazing with renewed violet fire. The chains were gone.
Kazu. Is that really you? I remembered.
Stay behind me, Yui. I won't let it touch you again.
The god's massive claw swept down to crush the girl, but a shimmering barrier of violet light met it and held.
Never again. I will protect her with every shred of power I have.
Yui refused to cower. She stepped beside her brother and shouted the name that was carving the god apart.
Kazu. Kazu. You can't erase him. You can't erase me.
Each repetition was a blade of pure love, shredding the parasite's essence. Its red eyes flickered and dimmed.
Enough. No more. I am starving. You wretched insects.
The god's body withered, a skeletal shadow of its former horror. But it was not dead, only dying. The dying god's voice rasped through the void, desperate for one last meal.
Abandon the girl, and I will give you a new name, a god's name that will be worshipped forever.
A new name, to be remembered, but at the cost of my sister. Number. I already made that mistake. I am done trading love for power.
Yui's charm bracelet blazed with fierce golden light, a bond no god could sever.
You can't have him. He's my brother, and I'll never stop saying his name.
The god's form shuddered, its hunger turning inward as the final thread of its power snapped.
Number. This can't be. I am eternal. I devoured 1,000 names.
The dark void began to crack, light piercing through as the parasite's body crumbled into ash.
It's finally over, but the silence. Is it truly broken?
The Void Eater's final shriek tore through the realm as its form crumbled into weightless ash. The darkness buckled. Fissures of white light splintered the void like a shattered mirror.
Yui, hold on to me. The portal is collapsing. We have to jump.
He scooped her up and launched through the dying rift. Shadows snapping at their heels, they tumbled out onto soft grass beneath a familiar cherry tree, petals falling like a gentle welcome. The portal snapped shut with a thunderclap, leaving only the faint scent of ozone.
Kazu, you are real. I remember you. I remember everything.
You said my name, and you remembered. You broke the silence.
Kazu looked at his hand. It was solid, no longer fading at the edges.
But do Mom and Dad remember? Is the silence truly broken, or did it only crack?
A warmth spread through Kazu's chest, as if every forgotten cell was waking to the sound of his name. He reached out and touched the rough bark of the cherry tree. It felt real, solid and unyielding beneath his fingers.
Kazu, I remember. I remember everything. The stories, the walks to school, the way you did the dragon voice.
I am back, Yui. And I am never leaving again. That parasite is gone. We're free.
They walked toward home hand in hand, the familiar streets feeling foreign after so long apart. Passing a shop window, Kazu caught his reflection. For the first time in years, a student ID dangled from his bag, his name clear and unblurred.
Do Mom and Dad remember? I am afraid of what we'll find behind that door.
Even if they don't, I do. And I'll make them remember. I'll shout your name from the rooftops if I have to.
A fragile smile touched Kazu's lips. The silence was broken, but the echo of loneliness still lingered. The sun set behind them, painting the sky in shades of violet and gold, a promise of hope, and a question still unanswered. In the kitchen, a ceramic bowl slipped from trembling hands. A name she'd never known crashed through the silence.
Honey, something's wrong. Something's tearing at my heart.
In the study, his father's pen snapped. A flood of images, a child's laugh, a messy room, a pair of violet eyes.
Kazu, Kazu, how could I forget my own son?
They stumbled into the hallway, chasing a ghost of a memory that was suddenly solid. Outside, Kazu and Yui turned the corner onto their street. Cherry blossoms drifted like silent confetti.
If they don't remember, then this victory means nothing. Please, let them remember.
The front door flew open, and two figures stumbled into the fading light. Across the yard, their eyes met. Time seemed to stretch into an eternity of hope and terror. And then, from the porch, a broken voice called out a name that had been erased from the world.
Kazu. Kazu, my baby, it's you. I remember.
She flew across the grass and cupped his face, as if he might vanish, her tears spilling over silent ears.
Kazu, you are real. Your eyes are the same as the day you were born.
She's touching me. My name on her lips. I am not invisible anymore.
Then his father crashed into them, a trembling bear hug that spoke of every night he'd stared at an empty chair.
My boy, my brave boy. I am so sorry I didn't know.
Kazuni, you came home. I never forgot. Not even when they told me I had no brother.
I am sorry. It took so long. The silence is gone now. I promise. I am staying forever.
The four of them sank to their knees in the grass, a tangle of arms and sobs under a sky painted violet and gold. The parasite was dead. The price was broken. The strongest man alive was no longer alone. That evening, the table groaned under dishes that hadn't been served in years. Extra stew, his favorite.
I used to make this when you were little. I never knew why I kept making it.
It's still my favorite. Everything tastes better now.
You are still the same boy who'd sneak extra servings, but your voice is deeper.
Tell us a story like you used to. Do the dragon voice.
Roar. The mighty dragon demands more stew.
For the first time in years, the house filled with the sound of joy instead of silence.
Kazu, what happened to you? Where have you been?
A dark thing took my name, but Yui gave it back. That's all that matters now.
They talked long into the night, stitching together the years that had been stolen. The wounds were raw, but they were healing together. The next morning, golden sunlight washed over the suburban street as Kazu walked beside Yui, her small hand in his.
I always dreamed you'd walk me again. Before, I thought I was crazy.
A promise I made on the edge of death. Now I am keeping it, and the world is right again.
They passed a shop window, and Kazu paused, seeing a reflection he recognized. His name clear on a student ID, his eyes no longer hollow.
There it is. My name, Kazu. I am not a ghost anymore.
See? Everyone will see you now. My big brother is the coolest.
The coolest, huh? I'll take that.
They reached the school gate, and Yui threw her arms around him, holding on a beat longer than necessary.
See you later, Kazuni. Don't disappear again, okay?
Never again. I'll be right here, waiting. Every single day.
Months later, a photography studio hummed with soft lights. The family gathered for their first complete portrait in years.
Kazu, stand in the center. This is your place. It always was.
The flash burst, and for one frozen moment, the family was whole, smiles unbroken by shadows.
See, Kazu? The charm you gave me is fixed now. just like our family.
It survived the darkness too, huh? Just like you.
That evening, Kazu sat alone in his room, an old journal open before him. For the first time, he wrote not as a phantom, but as a son. Diary entry. Today the camera saw me, my mother held my hand, my father called me his boy, Yui laughed. My name is Kazu, and I am remembered.
I used to be the strongest man alive, and perfectly alone. Now I am just Kazu, and that's enough.
He closed the book, a genuine smile settling on his features as cherry blossoms drifted past his window. The silence was gone. In its place, the soft, eternal music of belonging. Cherry blossom season returned, petals drifting like pink snow over the quiet park. Kazu and Yui sat beneath the same tree where they had once landed, after escaping the void.
Kazu-ni, I will never forget you. Not for a single second.
And I'll never give you a reason to forget. You brought me back, Yui.
He ruffled her hair, and her laughter blended with the rustle of petals.
I was the strongest man alive, and alone. Now I am just a big brother, and that's more than enough.
A gentle breeze carried the scent of spring, and the last shadow of the parasite dissolved from the world.
Hey, Kazu-ni? The sky looks more blue today, doesn't it?
Yeah, because we're finally seeing it together.
Hand in hand, they sat in the quiet embrace of the cherry blossoms, no longer fighting, no longer alone.